Alright, last time we talked about translations, which was just shifting or moving around the plane. Today we're going to talk about reflections and what that looks like on the grid versus what you guys learned about last year with your patty paper. Alright, so first off, let's take a look at what happens when we fold across the y-axis. So if we look here, our A goes from negative 6, 6 when we fold across the y-axis. So this is 6 long. We want to be 6 away on the other side. Becomes positive 6, 6. B, the same idea. Negative 6 becomes positive 6. And then C, same thing, but negative 2 is going to become positive 2 because our y values are reflecting over that y-axis. Okay? The rule means change the sign on x. Leave y alone. If we fold over the x-axis, you will notice that the opposite happens. Our x value remains the same, so Q remains on 6, but instead of being 2 up, now we're 2 down, so that'd be negative 2. R, same thing, instead of being 2 up, we are now 2 down. And then P, instead of being 5 up, we are now 5 down. Okay, so this is the general rule when folding over the y-axis, but know that the x-axis, but know that this is only helpful if we're using axes. So as soon as we change where the line is, that's unhelpful. Now we will only be dealing with 2 diagonal lines. So the line y equals x is the line that goes through the diagonal, has a slope of 1, y-intercept of 0, and it looks like this. If you notice, well, my line's mostly straight. If we fold over this line, do you see how this folds on top of this? And so the positive y-axis folds on top of the positive x-axis. The positive x-axis folds, negative x-axis folds on top of the negative y-axis. So that will be important to note because if we look at it, so A is 2, 3. So here's A. B is 2, negative 2. Here's B. And then C is negative 1, negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so here is our first shape. If we fold over this line, we're going to find that A, this point becomes this point down here, meaning that A would have to be right here. So this is A prime. B, instead of being at 2, negative 2, suddenly is at negative 2, positive 2. Here's B prime. And C, instead of being at negative 1, negative 4, becomes at negative 4, negative 1, C prime, which some of you have already noticed and made a note of. Oh, I didn't connect to A. Hold on. There's A. That looks lots better. A and X and Y just switch places. So 3 goes from Y to X, and 2 goes from X to Y. B, same thing. C, same thing. All right. We've also got the line on the opposite side, so y equals negative x, which is just the diagonal with a negative 1 slope instead of a positive 1 slope, which looks something like this. So let's go ahead and write our A, B, and C. So again, if you notice, this positive y all of a sudden folds onto negative x. And this positive x folds onto negative y, which the rule shows that. So our A value is at 2, negative 3. Our B value is at negative 6, negative 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yep. And then C is at negative 8, negative 3. So now if we look at where they are, see how A is a half a diagonal away? that means A prime also is going to be half a diagonal away. Which if we look at that point, it becomes +3, -2. Over here, B is going to become 7, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then C is going to become 3, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which looks something like this. Which, if we actually folded it on that blue line, it would land on top of itself. So what we're going to do is we're going to reflect this over the x-axis, and then we're going to do one with a weird line, and then you guys are going to be on your own for the rest of the lesson. So for here, we got to plot our points first. So we've got -3, +4. Our B is at -3, +1. Our C is at -1, 1. And then our D is at -1, 4. So there's our rectangle. All right, and we're going to reflect it over the x-axis. The x-axis is right here. So our x value should be remaining the same, and our y value should be flipping. So our new A, instead of being at -3, 4, is going to now be at -3, -4. Our new B, instead of being at -3, 1, we're going to be at -3, -1. So this next one's going to be at -1, -1. So C prime. And then our last one's going to be at -1, -4. So then if we connect it, there's our new rectangle. Alright, so we have the basic idea of the rules. Now what happens if we do something a little weird? So we're going to plot our 2 points first. So C is at 3, 4. Here's C. And then D is at 6, 2. Okay, so there's our line we're going to be reflecting. And we're going to reflect over x equals 1. So that means we're going to go where x is 1 and draw a line so it never crosses the y-axis. Okay, so we're going to reflect over that line. Now if you notice, we have to count how far everything is from the blue line. So C is 2 away from the blue line, so we're going to go 2 away from the blue line in the opposite direction. So C prime is now at 1, -1, 4. So the y value didn't change here, but our x value did. So here, our D is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away. So we want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the left. So this is D prime. So D prime is now at -4, 2. So again, the x value changed, but the y value didn't. And you'll notice that the x value didn't just switch signs, it actually changed. So you do need to pay close attention when the line is not one of the ones with rules. So here, you're going to reflect over the x-axis. This one has rules. This one you're going to reflect over the line y equals x. This one has rules. Here you're going to reflect over the line x equals -2, so one without rules. Then y equals -x, that one has rules. The y-axis has rules, and then our last one, I cannot show you, but it's going to be y equals -3. And you can do that one. You'll be just fine. I believe in you. Anyway, until next time when we're talking about rotation.